Hi everyone, working on a box of, you can see here, just the river patterns or river wets. Yeah, well, even though they're called river wets and stuff, but our soft tackles, they work in the lochs as well. So if you fish the lochs, you'll definitely catch one of these, because I've done it many times myself. Now I'm just coming on to the tying sort of nymphs. I've done the pheasant tails, with the olive version. I've got the natural. These are Sawyer's pheasant tail. Killer bugs, a good row of killer bugs, very good. Good for grayling especially. Now I'm working on the hare's ears at the moment. And I got a question about sort of, well, two questions. Is the bobbin holder and the wire that I like to use. Now I'm going to show you this. I was actually just tying some nymphs with this, some killer bugs. Now I put the yarn on an old bobbin holder, and I used this one. Now this is the original bobbin holder that I bought. It's a Tiemco. Now when I first bought this, it was called a floss bobbin holder, and that's why I bought it, because I could get a floss through it, and it was mainly for tying large tube flies, and it saved a bit of time. I could put the floss, and all the flosses come in the bobbins now, so you could actually wind it on. You could get it really tight. Now I could tie the killer bugs with it, so I put the yarn on the spool, and I just wind and tie with it. Now, as I say, this is the original one I bought. I bought it in 1990. Now you can see at the bottom there a wee bit of resin. One of the arms was coming a wee bit loose, so I just put some resin in to stop it. I mean, it didn't really fall out. It just came a wee bit, sort of started to twist a wee bit. But you've got, I mean, the number of flies I've tied over the years, and the pressure this has had on it when tying, especially when I was tying salmon flies, it was a lot of pressure. Now, that's the reason why I bought it. It's now called a heavy duty bobbin holder. Now, there is a white version, which is a midge, as far as I believe. I think I've got the white here. Here we are. This is a white version, this is a fine version. Now, you may notice there's a wee O-ring in the top. You don't get that with it. I use that for tying a fly. The other reason, you could basically stop the thread falling off all the time. I used to just pull it down, and then you could put it on so it wouldn't come away. That was one of the other reasons. So it's just wee things you do through time, and to keep it there, I just keep it onto the end. I used it in fly tying as well for tying muddlers, but anyway. But the other reason I bought it for was winding wire, because there's ceramic bobbin, well, the tubing is ceramic all the way through, but it doesn't have to be that. It can be ceramic at the tip and the bottom and at the tip. It still works well. But again, as I say, this I like to use for sort of winding the wire. And the original wire I used was the copper wire, this one. This is I don't know if you can see it there. I'll zoom in a wee bit. This is the Veniard wire. You could buy it in bulk spools, or you could buy it in small spools. It's 0.12, just so you can see it. That's the diameter there. It's 0.125 millimeters. So this was the wire I used originally for tying most of the flies. You can use other wires. UTC extra small is much the same as this, and it works well. So, but what I'm at is, I say, I'm working on some hare's ears, but I'm doing some dark olive versions as well, or in this case a brown olive. So while I'm obviously talking about this, I was real tying a fly in this style. So I'll just make sure I'm close enough so you can see what I'm doing. Get a wee bit closer, that's better. It's quite simple to tie this fly. Now you can use a natural pheasant tail. This is quite a nice dark brown. This is a natural pheasant tail, cock pheasant tail. Or you could use you can dye. This is a bleached and dyed. This is one's from Veniards. I've got the dark green. So I can show you the colours here. This is like a dark brown. This is dyed, which works well with this pattern. But you could use, this is lime green. That works. So I'll just tie some with this, just to show what it looks like. It's quite simple to tie the fly. Now, main sizes, you can really, with the extra, this very fine wire, you can tie them right down. I've even tied 18s on it, so you have to watch the turns though. Quite simple to tie. you start it just about a head length away from the eye, and then you wind on. The waist piece is going to be your rib, but on the way down I usually tie in the pheasant tail. So we take off a few fibres. Now this is going to form the thorax cover as well as the tail. So you're looking around about half dozen. So we catch this on. Now it's really important to make sure the ends are lined up. Now if the bottom is lined up down here, which it should be, I just push it in. The tip should be lined up, but I think I've got a couple of broken ends there. No, we're fine. So if it does move, you can actually move it back. Tail length, not too long. You don't want it away at this length because it just breaks off through time. The shorter it is, it suits the fly as well, but it lasts longer too. So we catch that on the way down. Just keeping it on the top, keeping the waist piece there as well. And it adds weight to the fly. These were the first sort of weighted nymphs tied, or some of the original ones tied. The Frank Sawyer, sorry. These were like what they call now like the Czech nymph type patterns or Euro nymphs. Now, picking up the wrong material. So I'm using material you can buy. This is the brown olive UV, which I like. It's a great dubbing. There's lots of colours you can use. I haven't started tying these, but I thought I'd tie this version just to let you see. It's got a lovely blend of colour, this, and the UV in it. It's quite simple to double in. You don't need wax. It'll double in very easy. Just slide it up. You basically give you an anchor point, then you can tighten to it. You can see the copper through it. If you want to do that. I mean, I'm quite like it like that. And then you wind it all the way up, keeping the pheasant tail. It'll stay on top. Just build up a nice sort of taper in your fly. Now if you want to add more sort of dubbing to the head area to give impression in the legs, you can add some more on, which would give it a, well, basically when you go to sort of velcro it, I'll show you in a second. Basically put your wire in front, so there's your head length that you left, you need that head length. Now put a wee bit extra on. Got to be careful you don't catch. Just brush out some of the fibre up the top with your velcro or your dubbing needle. Just bring it out, give it a wee bit more leg. And then what you do is you wind up this one out. Make sure my tail's sitting right. And then we wind up, so 1, 2, coming into the third turn or so, just check where you are. Depends on how fast you come up. Catch your pheasant tail in. Now I want a wee bit further up. Just check, that's better. Then we just continue ribbing. Just rib the fly like it's just all the way up. And just at this point, stroke back any fibres going forward, catching your wire for a couple of turns. Just leave it. Now, as you can see, obviously catching in the pheasant tail, bringing it back. Then you can actually form a nice thorax. 2, 3, 4. Trim this away. Trim that away. Now, you're going to get some fibres sitting forward. Now, I usually, with the fine wire, you can go down, come back up, just to try and hold that back. But if you can't, just come in, whip finish, pull, and then you can then bend and break away. And there's your nymph. You can pull off certain fibres or lengths you don't want. You can encourage the shape. Keep the leggy light looking underneath. You can bring out some of the legs either side. And again, you could just take out some of the longer ones down the body so you get a nice profile or shape. And there we are. Just checking the length of these legs, fibres. You've got a lot of movement in it, nice colour blend. And then just varnish the head, just as you would normally do a fly, just all the way around. And there we are, that's basically brown olive nymph. Nice pattern, nice colour combination. Kind of very, beginning of the season or autumn, any time really, this pattern would do. See the colours, I'll zoom in a wee bit closer so you can see it. But you'll see the colour, really nice, the UV and the blend. I love a blend of dubbing. Nice and tight, nice shape. It's the profile you're looking for as well. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. And again, thanks for watching.